Hey guys, welcome back to another Forza Horizon 5 video. Last week we checked out our Plymouth Belvedere, a super cool vintage muscle car made by Plymouth. Like just awesome, so much customization, just an exceptional car. I absolutely love it to death. And we are currently in week 2, and for this week we can unlock both the returning Chevy Nova and Pontiac Firebird, which is both cool cars in their own right, but I have already driven them in the past in previous Forza games. So why don't we actually go back to our first week and check out the 2023 Corvette Z06 C8. So here it is, our C8 Corvette Z06. From the outside, just looks like the standard C8 Corvette with some more aggressive aero, but there's quite a bit more going, well, behind under the hood, air quotes hood. But I'm going to take this thing for a spin. I'll tell you guys some facts about what makes this car so special. So, you guys might be asking what makes this car so special compared to the standard Corvette Stingray. And the answer is, well, this is obviously in a line of Corvettes called, this is obviously a part of this is a Z06 Corvette, obviously, so it's kind of part of that line that's been going on ever since. I think it started way back with C2, I believe. And it took a brief hiatus and then returned to C6, or I might be getting that mixed up, but anyways, the previous Corvette Z06, the C7, had a supercharged V8 that was putting out, I'm pretty sure, like, it had like 650 horsepower or something like that, something pretty high. And then Chevy wanted to beat that horsepower number, but they wanted to keep the engine naturally aspirated, so they created this 5.5-liter V8 engine right in here right now, and this, as of right now, the most powerful naturally aspirated V8 in a production car, which is really cool. They were able to get away with it by, this is also the first ever Corvette with a flat plane and crank V8. So they didn't really get the sound that well in the game, but in real life this thing absolutely screams. It kind of has that deep throat of like a kind of bellow of a typical American muscle car and a typical American V8, but it kind of also does have a hint of Ferrari V8 in it, just because it has that more exotic flat plane crank V8, which obviously allows for higher RPM, which is why we're able to rev this engine to 8,500 RPM. I mean, no, yeah. And obviously couple that with this big old rear wing and this front splitter, and you have a track weapon right here. P1 in the C8. You love to see it. Alright, so for engines, we obviously have our stock engine in here. We have an Audi R8 V10. We have a Lamborghini Aventador V12. We have a racing V12. Our TVR Cerbera V12. And a racing V8. So, all good engines, but why don't we keep it naturally aspirated with the stock engine for now? Rear wheel drive. We'll start with an S1 build, so a little bit upgraded, but yeah, we'll keep all of our stock. Yeah, we'll keep this more. This will be a more realistic build. It's kind of a light tune and some cosmetics. Ooh, actually, I never noticed that before. We do actually have our upgraded roll kit. We actually do have some interesting visual customization. We have our this is the roll cage that kind of from Forza Motorsport, so that's a cool sign. I do. All right, that's good. So let's install that. And obviously, unlike the standard C8 and the E-Ray, this isn't considered a supercar, it's considered a track toy. Podium finish in the C8. Back to our test track. And let's try a S2 class build with grippy tires. Stock engine, keep it rear-wheel drive, but we'll throw like probably throw some turbos on there. Alright, so some turbos, 420 horsepower, nice. Alright, homemade ZR1, let's see how we do. Quite a bit of wheels off the line, but we're flying past everybody. And right into that wall as well. Yeah, these tires kind of suck, honestly. Like, the car's been understeering and oversteering, just no grip whatsoever. And 9th place, not very good whatsoever. Just ram the minor off the road. Why not? But yeah, not the best performance at all. Just yeah, we're gonna try an all-wheel drive tune now, but yeah, not impressed with. Tires did not work at all. Just things first off, all-wheel drive. We'll get quite a bit more understeer now, but it should hopefully mitigate the insane oversteer we're getting. Let's throw in I think our racing V would be our best bet. It's light. It's a lot lighter. 200 pounds lighter, and we'll be able to upgrade it to get more horsepower in it. I'm not sure if it's the most powerful engine. I had invented where one might be, but that one's weighs like a lot, so it would actually be more beneficial to use this one. Yes, ugly rear wing, because based on the last race, we desperately need it. Maxed out Corvette. Let's see how you do. Yeah, like, I guess I never considered it, like, this build that we have right now, this is probably the fastest Corvette in the entire game. We already took, yeah, maybe the C7 ZL1 might be faster, but slowly gaining on. B2 up there. Still nothing as bad as the Horizon 4 Viper sound. But anyway, across the line, relatively decent car to drive. We did a lot better than when this thing was up. Yeah, this never really happens. We did actually better maxed out than we did middle of S2 class. I guess in this case, all-wheel drive was actually better, which I found the case it, funnily enough, isn't a lot. Let's go back to our test track, and now it's time for our final tune of the day. We always do this one last, drift build. Except I kind of want to run like just this rear-wheel drive build and throw our stock engine back in, and maybe let's supercharge it for that torque. It also looks like we don't use that much horsepower at all, so, or if any, so we'll keep our good-looking stock aero. We'll throw a drift tire compound out there. Yes, I know all-wheel drive and drag tires is usually a more overpowered way, but I can do stuff old-fashioned. Let's install our setup. Yeah, you know what? I guess. You're screaming at the supercharger, just. Yeah, it's honestly really snappy. It's actually surprisingly able to hold a corner really well. Yeah, surprisingly good in the C8, honestly. We were like, I think, 20,000 points off of a PR, but not bad for like a rear-wheel drive mid-engine car. But yeah, I guess for today, that is the C8 Corvette Z06. Honestly, this car, definitely jack of all trades. It's a beautiful looking car. It's super cool to have in the game, along with the standard C8 Corvette and the E-Ray. I guess in the future we'll have to wait in Forza and in real life for the C8 ZR1. Next week, we are going to be checking out our Lucid Air Sapphire, and which is obviously new to Forza car coming in the winter season. We're also getting the Pontiac GTO, the Judge, but that's been a car that's been featured in nearly every Horizon game. Super cool car, but I just don't even need to check it out. Then we have the spring season with the return of the Rossi Q1 from Forza Horizon 4 and Forza Motorsport 4. And then we also have returning from Motorsport 4 the Lincoln Continental, which will definitely be checking out. That's been my highlight car this entire series at Continental right there. But as for today, this is the C8 Corvette Z06. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys with our Lucid Air next week. Goodbye.